Good morning, it's 9:24, Friday. Market is 4415.25, down 22.75, down 0.51%. Pre-market volume is 237 over the 246 average, so that's good volume. Overnight range is 40.75. That's a healthy range. Looking at the market texture right now, we were in this bottom 5% drop. We've now been one-time framing up and filled the gap from the low of the drop to the beginning of it, so to speak, this gap. Now, we had a big short squeeze. We're now coming back in. The market is currently 44.15, right above the low of the gap. So I'll call that the gap high for, got a balance area below, balance area above. The market's going to decide whether it wants to go back into this balance area or retest the more recent balance areas below. Let's see. Go take a look at the VIX. So the VIX is currently elevated 20.35. It's up 1.72, up 9.23%. And oftentimes you'll see these kind of 1, 2, 3 day up, then some balance. Looking at what happened yesterday, the market really drove up, and since then has been coming back down and is coming, stopped basically where support's located at, I think that was the gap high, overnight low and high, high and low here. So the market stopped right here overnight at the gap high, and we'll just have to see what the market wants to do, whether it's going to go test the balance below or trend back up, and whether it's going to take out the overnight high or overnight low. First move might be to test VWAP before it decides what it wants to do, or test the overnight low and then go get VWAP. So we'll definitely wait for some market generated information. We do have an ATR break happening now, but it's too early for me to take it, so we'll wait and see. Okay, the market has opened, and we are going to test the 24-hour VWAP first, and I'll look for a reaction there or at Wednesday's low to possibly short to take out the overnight low. Or if I get a different signal, possibly it will break above, hold, and I'll look for the market to trend back into the upper balance area. So we'll see how that plays out here shortly. All right, I'm trying a 5-minute bar breakout up. This is an experiment. I probably should have done this with fake money first. I mean, not in the combine itself, but where is the stop down at 28? Let's see if this works. If not, it will be 350 in the hole. Pretty good move up this morning though. Let's see. Okay, so here is the break up. Thursday's value area low is 33.75. So I'm just going to give it a, when did I enter that thing? About 9:36. Give it 5 minutes. And if it holds, great. If not, this is such a huge bar though. I don't like these gigantic mother bars. Look at the size of that thing. I might cut it now. I'm not a big fan of the price action. Should have only taken it with one contract and added lower. So I'm going to get stopped out on this. But here's a rule that you should consider following. Don't go into innovator trades with your normal account. Just don't do it, because this is what happens. You don't know what to expect. You don't know how to trade it. And it's, you know, so you're basically gambling. And I only like to trade with statistical edge, of course. That's how anyone should trade every time. So this is an innovator trade, and currently I'm getting a little luck on it. but who knows when that's going to end. We have yesterday's point of control over here. Volume point of control over here as a potential target up at 39, but I would sell this thing well before that. And we're getting some movement up. I did size down on it. It's not like I took it for a ton of contracts. 35.75. Yeah, not loving it. Give it 5 minutes though. 31 to 36. And 938. Yeah, we're getting resistance right here. All right, I'm out. I'm out on that trade. I'll just take 50 bucks. I don't want to hold it. I need to model that trade before I start taking those. All right, so a quick little note on the 5-minute bar opening range breakout. In a VIX of 20, I would say the expectation is 5 points plus. This one went up 7.5. And the normal retracement periods, you have to see at 9:45 whether we retrace and back to the moving average or whether we continue. So right now the market has possibly just performed an inventory adjustment of shorts coming into yesterday's close here and overnight too. So now maybe a little bit of a short squeeze, and we'll see what the market's actually going to do. Okay, so now we have an ATR break that's executing right at the mid of this initial range. I don't like getting short in the middle, but my number one rule is follow my ATR breaks. So I'm going to enter 2 contracts I just entered and look to retest the opening in the 1 minute opening range. Let me set up the stop. Needs to be above this red line at 30. So initial stop is going to be at 31. And targets 21 to 22 for the first target. I might actually take the whole thing off at 22, and that would be right here. So let me switch over. Okay, so we're getting some movement. Time is 9:49. I don't know if this is going to hold though. It's these are always a little iffy in a market like this, and we could have just bounced off support. So I'll give it a chance is what I'm trying to say. Okay, so we'll see if the initial red line holds or if it's going to rip up and hit my stop. All right, I didn't move my stop, and I'm stopped on that one. So I'm down 468 right now, and I'll have to just watch the market next and see how the rest of the day plays. All right, it is 9:53, coming into the B trade time period. Got right back up to the ATR, and it could chop around here for a minute. So I'm not going to just get long yet, looking to break A's high, since it looks like we're going to close above the open unless something changes drastically in the next 7 minutes. And if we do close above the open, I'll be looking to get long to break the high of A as my next setup. Go ahead and get long here. Okay, so I just got long at 35.25. First target is a break above A's high at, well, I'll just set it for 38.50, which is right, 38.50. Which is right at the volume point of control from yesterday. All right, target achieved. So now I'm gonna put my stop at 50, not quite even on the day, but I'm gonna give this a minute to run. Let me switch back screen so you can see. Okay, so we are getting some upward movement. Thursday's point of control is 42. I'm hoping we get above this. Really, it's the overnight high at 51. So one technique is you can trail this using the ATR. We have been choppy though. It's not like we're in a massively accelerating uptrend, and 42 is a pretty good spot to get well up on the day and then see when we may retest to go take out the overnight high. Now the other alternative is you trail your stop. So right now I'm going to trail my stop at, let me see if I can show you. I'm going to trail my stop at, let's just give it 300 bucks. Okay, so that is at 41.25. That's too tight, but otherwise I'm going to go for 10 points, which is M's high, right below M's high from yesterday. High was 46.25. I think that's reasonable for this trade at this time. It's 10 o'clock. I mean, it's only it's not even the first minute of B. And see if we don't stop at M's high, 46.25. It may stop right here though. All right, let me switch screens. I want to be a little more cognizant of the trail stop on this. All right, so B period opens at 10 o'clock. We immediately take out A's high, so 10:05 trade setting up. B as low as 41.50. I'm going to set it at 42. B as low as 41.50. Point of control from yesterday is 42. All right, so now I'm risking basically almost 1-to-1. I'm at 42, market's at 43. Target is 45.50 and I'm stopped. All right. I mean, my trail was stopped. So did I trail that stop too tight? That will be the question. You know, I'm up pretty well on that trade. B had a pretty nice movement above A's high. I mean, it had some range expansion. I'm up 207.90 on the day. Okay, here we go again. So it turns out maybe my trail stop was okay. It was within 3 points of the high. Now there's another ATR break. I mean, my rules say I take this, probably take it back down to the mid. I'm not in it right now. I'm just gonna watch it. I got stopped on the first one I tried here. And really when we have this kind of move, I'm just not interested. If it comes back into the red line and maybe back up to the ATR, I would consider taking one up here for a move back down, but I'm not going to take the initial breakout. So we'll see how that plays out. It is 10:13, so this is a time period where you get a lot of reversions. And you know, thinking about it, I missed the 10:05 trade. I completely wasn't paying attention to that. I don't know where my head was. I think I was looking at Twitter. Oh boy. What a good looking 10:05 trade. No, I should have taken that. And why? Because of this pre-market chop. We're not we don't have an opening drive, and when you don't have an opening drive, 10:05 trades set up and work a lot of the time. Not every time, obviously, but a lot of the time. I missed it. Just, yep. Got to read your trade plan every morning, and I didn't do that this morning. All right, so I'm looking for a break of the IB high, and it's too early to enter a trade like that for me at least, so we'll give it some time here. I couldn't stay with the market for the rest of this Friday, so I shut it down up 177.40 cents. I hope you enjoyed the content. If you did, please like and subscribe, and we'll pick it up again next week. Thanks for watching.